probably the final one before the draft on Thursday. We already know what the Bears are going to do. Boom. The rest of this draft, it's weird. It's not clear who's taking who. I think some of the front offices have done a good job of not leaking anything, but I do think the top 5, maybe even 6, 7 are locks. It's interesting. I think one thing that could force a little bit of movement, I really think the only team that'll force any movement in the top 5 is the Patriots. All these other teams are in decent spots and are okay with letting it kind of just play out, however that might be. I don't know if there's any teams that really want to make a splash for number 3 either. So, with the Commanders, I mean, yeah, they've been linked to Daniels. I think it's May. I think they're taking Drake May. I think this was kind of their plan, and they wanted Sam Howell just out of there. They just didn't want any connection with these guys. They just wanted to get him out of there. Let Drake May just be the guy. I don't know, maybe not, but there was some media attention for Daniels for this number 2 pick. I just don't see it. I don't know. We've seen so many guys look good in college because they had 2 first-round picks as receivers. All right, Mac Jones is a good example. Maybe even Bryce Young. Oh boy, who knows? But he'll be fine. But I'm not sold on Daniels. I don't know if the Pats are either. It's weird because I don't know. I think I don't know. The Patriots could blow this whole thing up, honestly. But I think I don't know. I think they make the mistake of taking Daniels. And McCarthy at 3 is just too high. Unfortunately, like I said, I think the Patriots, I like the Marvin Harrison Jr. pick, but, what do you do in the second round? Who do you think is going to be there? Second, third round at QB? You don't know who's going to be there, but MHJ, he's going to be a stud. I think they would prefer to trade down, accumulate some picks, but what do they take the Vikings picks, take 11 and 23. I don't know. What would the Vikings even want to move up? Why would they want to move up for McCarthy or Daniels? They have those 2, and then even Penix could be a guy to select. So I think this pick is huge. Other than this pick, I don't think anybody else is going to be looking to move. I think with, Kraft, he wants to win now. The roster is terrible. They need receivers. They need tackles. Trading back would be ideal, but who moves up? Who's going to move up? The Giants. Why would the Giants move up unless... Are they in a bidding war with the Vikings? Would they want to move up? Because the Cardinals not taking a QB, Chargers not taking a QB, so they don't have to move up unless they are forced to. So I don't think the Giants do. So then, who are we looking at? The Vikings or the Broncos or the Raiders to move up. The Vikings, they have 2 first-round picks. That'll help them. The Broncos, they don't even have a second-round pick in this draft. The Raiders, I don't even know where. I mean, they got a first and second, so they can offer some future firsts. But the Patriots, once again, they screwed up this whole thing. They needed to start the rebuild during the season. They should have traded, I don't know who, but they should have traded somebody for a first-round pick this year, because that's how you rebuild. You stock the picks. They are in the worst situation of a lot of these teams, and I think it's a mistake. But Jane Daniels at 3. I I don't know, because what else do you do? Marvin Harrison Jr. at number 3. If you have like another first round pick, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But they don't. They have another second round pick, and you can't wait that long for QBs. So they're screwed. So they have this number 3 pick. They have to take a QB, even though it's the third best guy. Even though you could argue he's a step down from the top 2. They're screwed. It's a tough spot to be in, but they're gonna take him, not have a good roster, and it's gonna be rough. But like I said, that Pats pick, I think that's the only one that can move. Why would the Cardinals move Marvin Harrison Jr.? You know, even if the Pats take Marvin Harrison, Cardinals are just gonna take, the next guy on the board. I mean, Chargers, boom, they take him. If he wasn't there, they would take Rome. Giants, like I said, why would the Giants move up? Why would the Giants want to move up? They have so many guys available here. They got Rome. They could take their QB. Do they want their QB? Is Daniel Jones a guy? He had no weapons, but he's not good. Alright, so we just have to assume the Giants, they need a QB too. They have to take him. McCarthy at 6. Is it a reach? A little bit, but what are they going to do? Can they trade down? Who are they going to trade down with? And then if they trade down, is somebody else going to jump up for McCarthy? So I guess it's a supply thing. So there are 4 QBs in the top 6. Then we got Titans. They seem like a lock for a tackle. The Falcons are an interesting one. They're probably looking... they're probably looking edge. Everything I see actually has them with Dallas Turner, and he's pretty good. So I think it's a good one. The Bears. Maybe they. It depends. What do they think? What do the Falcons think of Rome? Maybe they take him. I don't know. But the solid pick is just getting somebody on defense. Bears. This one would be, they hope that there's a couple QBs taken early, because, maybe the Giants, maybe they run it back with Daniel Jones. They paid him a ton of money. That McCarthy pick, maybe that's a bad one. Maybe they're taking Rome. Maybe he's not even going to be on the board here. The Jets, their big thing has been tackle. They're going to need a tackle, but I don't know. It's just, unless there's a surefire stud, unless they know one of these guys they can just plug right in, and he's going to start. Like, if they know that, I think they go tackle, but if they don't, they got Aaron Rodgers. They're in win now mode. Take a chance on, I've seen a ton of mocks with Brock Bowers going there. This isn't crazy. But I get it. It's a win now move. But maybe they already have the weapons. Do they already have the weapons? But is tackle depth really what they need? Maybe they're not even looking there. Maybe they want something else. I don't know. But I do like the Brock Bowers pick. I think he's going to be good. The Jets are going to be hoping he's good right now. So here it is. Here's this Vikings pick. What do they want to do? They need a QB. They need a QB. Is it Nix? Or is it Penix? Either one. I don't know. This is so interesting. It's going to be so interesting to see where these two go. Because right now there's 3 teams that need QBs. Vikings, Broncos, Raiders. That's what we're looking at. I think the Raiders end up kind of passing on all of this. I don't know. Knicks. It's tough. I gotta think that Penix is the higher prospect. And then for the Broncos, you got no second round pick. Who are you gonna take then? You don't have a QB. Who's your QB? Is it Jarrett Stidham? Come on. I would take I'm not like a huge fan of Nix, but I'm taking him over Stidham. Like, you might as well. You gotta try with somebody else. You gotta. They're all being overpicked. There's so many guys being overpicked. Maybe McCarthy not worth number 6, but there's demand there, and there are teams looking to jump up, so they just have to take him. Same with pick 11. People are going to be looking. Well, the Broncos, Raiders, they're going to be looking at QBs. So the Vikings, they can't risk it. What are they going to do? Wait till 23? What if there's nobody there? Who are you looking at then? Rattler? I don't know. I think we know this league. You can win with a not great QB and a stacked roster, but it's hard to get a stacked roster unless you have picks and you can move. You can trade back and add them. I don't think the Vikings. Actually, the Vikings are fine. The Broncos, the Raiders, they don't have those types of picks. That's really going to net them a lot. I think the Broncos, out of necessity, they're just going to have to take a QB up here. I mean, and Nix isn't even that bad. He's just being over-selected here. But like I said, all this is all going off of the Patriots' number 3 pick. If that pick is anything other than Daniels, or they trade, a lot of this stuff is going to look very different. So we'll see. But, I mean, the Patriots, like I said, it just goes back to them. Like, what if they take Marvin Harrison Jr. and they are fine getting to the second round and then taking whatever QB is there? I mean, I don't know, it all runs through that pick. But we have to assume that they're just not going to move it. And then, like I said, these are over picks. These are all over picks. But they don't have a choice. They can't risk it. The Vikings, they have a good team. They need a QB. The Broncos, not as good of a team, but they need a QB. It is what it is. You can't win. They're not going to play well with who they got right now. Maybe the Vikings. Actually, the funny thing is the Vikings, maybe, just because of Sam Darnold. But the Raiders, tough position. Pretty much looking defense. Corner, D-line would be good for them. Murphy's here. But, hey, I mean, why not take best corner in the draft if he falls this far? Why not? Saints. What do the Saints need? I don't even have them on my list. QB, receiver, tackle, D-line. We'll have them go with a tackle. Colts. Wide receiver, defensive back. Why not take Cooper? Or Arnold. Let's see, Arnold. Little more versatility. We'll go with Arnold. Boom. Seahawks. Guard. Edge. Probably looking D-line. Latu's a good one. Jaguars. Guard, edge. Possibly receiver. I think they go edge with verse. Bengals. receiver for the Steelers. Brian Thomas Jr. I think that's a good pick. I think that would be good for him. Yep. Dolphins, probably tackle. Maybe guard. I think they go Mims. Eagles. D-line, O-line. Latham. Here we go. Vikings, finally they can draft for something else that's not QB. And they'll take Cooper. Nice. Cowboys. I like them with the Mitchell pick. Makes sense to me. Packers. Barton. What edge rushers do we got left here? None. Okay. Maybe we'll go secondary for Buccaneers. Kool-Aid. Could go center. Play center. Can play guard. Go D-line. Bills looking receiver. Troy Franklin seems like the only guy worth being a number one. Lions, I like the guard pick here. I think they go with the center, but he can play both. Should be decent for O-line depth. Ravens. I don't know what the Ravens would do, but Fontenot, pretty good. This Niners pick should be interesting. Maybe they end up just going tackle. Chiefs. They look like they need a receiver. A little bit of a reach, but maybe Coleman there. Ugh. I don't know. It's a tough one. Maybe they just go tackle. Panthers. They need help. Serious help. Lad. Patriots. Got their QB. What receivers are they looking at? Oh God. They're going to be stuck with Keon Coleman. Cardinals, they got wide receiver and D-line. Nate Wiggins, if he falls to the second, that's a great pick. Not sure that's going to happen. Commanders will go edge rusher, Chop. Chargers. Peyton Wilson. Titans. He plays all over. Sure. Panthers, get your center. It is complete.